It's the
kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Well, how's that for an early storyline? Some people are asking the ushers where their seat is, and boom, we've got... And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Hold it back. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, who can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. From just shy of midfield. Tua, quick completion here to Johnson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. Play action. Now it's Tua. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The kick by Lutz is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
And he returns this to the 22. On first down, it's Herbert. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talked about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deontay Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. This will be fielded inside the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Seahawks. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't. They had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. While the Jets sweep, this is Johnson. There he goes, left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. McCaffrey running up the middle to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Check right, check pitch, close check.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Seattle. 66 yards. But he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second down and goal. Herbert. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And it leads down to a field goal at 17-14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal on their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
But that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon. On second down, McCaffrey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Tua. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, I think there was a little too much heat on that one. He's trying to hit his running back out of the backfield. Normally, you want to get the ball to them in stride. But here, this one's coming in hot. And it tips off his hands and into the arms of the defender.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he's got it. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And this time he is in. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 28. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. They snap it to Herbert. Steps away to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. Johnson's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Tua going to try and throw for it. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week. Back now in Seattle, Washington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Tua's throw into the hands of Fant. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Tua sets up to pass it. And the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets into dropping for a loss of 4.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Tua now on first down. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Tua to throw again. This is the tight end fan. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
It's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. From midfield, here's Tua. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Robinson's got it. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And it's Johnson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Tua to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now Tua. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Tua. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
The quick slant caught. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
The kick by Lutz is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Hands it off out of the gun. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on third down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
Run with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Tagovailoa connecting with Johnson. Oh, look at the juke. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Meanwhile, Tua's throw pulled in by Robinson here. One final try for Tagovailoa. Caught by Davis. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. I hope y'all can nest double E. 'Cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie? Feeling